Never, 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 never give up. In the words of the great Winston Churchill, never give up. It sounds very simplistic, but it is the secret to success, particularly in the startup business. The winds of resistance will always be there, and particularly when you're trying to bring something new that doesn't exist in the world. Nobody's going to believe that it can be done, and definitely don't believe that you can do it. I mean, why you? Everybody else has failed, right? And if you were going to succeed at this thing, you would have already succeeded. And so it's easy to give up. Everybody's telling you to give up. The world, the bills, the time commitments, your uncertainties are telling you to give up. But the reality is that the fortune comes on the end of sticking with what you started. As Eddie Murphy was quoted as saying, somebody funded Sharknado. If you can imagine somebody saying, listen, there is a tornado that hits the water and takes all the sharks out of the water and puts them on land, and they flop around and kill people. I mean, that should be dead at the door. But no, somebody wrote a check. So there's somebody there who will write that check, who will be that customer, who will be that user. You don't know who they are yet, and you won't know who they are until you cross this invisible line. There's a book called Crossing the Chasm that talks a little bit about this. Yes, there are early adopters, but it's the folks who can make it through that chasm who just have this belief that they can get this thing done. But I will give you one caveat to that. It can't just be about the money, because if you're just building something because you think it will make you rich, you will give up. Right? You have to be doing this for something bigger. This has to be bigger than you. It has to be bigger than money to sustain you when times get tough. And also, another caveat does not mean that there won't be redirections. And maybe you have to go back to work for a while. Maybe you have to do something else for a while, work for someone else. But during that time, you're learning what you need to go back to your original purpose, what you're working on. And success is not a straight line, right? It's a zigzag line for everybody, no matter what you read, right? The stories you read are edited for brevity, and so it will appear as if these people made it in a straight line fashion. Well, I did this. I woke up one morning, I did this, I did that, I hired this person, then I had $1 million, and I turned it into $1 billion. That takes 10, 15 years. And a lot of times you only hear about those last 5 years or last 3 years when things start picking up. Nobody wants to hear the story of how they almost lost everything, but just because they did not give up. There's an interview with Steve Harvey, and he talks about how close he came to giving up, and when he actually was just at the point of saying, I can't do it, he got that call that turned him into a star. So yeah, today, be encouraged, and like I said, just don't give up. If this is what you're meant to do, it will happen. It may not happen when you want it. It may not happen how you want it. It may not look like you imagine it to look, but it will happen sooner or later, as long as you don't give up. That is the secret to success.